I have really learned some substantial lessons the past few days. So, I have been struggling with this idea of control. I have been struggling with the fear of uncertainty. You see, currently, at the point I am in my life, a lot is required of me in the days to come. I have a lot of responsibility to deal with as a man, and when you have a lot of things that you need to take care of, you sometimes become fearful of the future or of the unknown. Because if every day you go out there, you don't know if you're going to get the meal of the day, you don't know if you're going to get the house rent, you don't know if you don't know if you're going to get any income to actually build your life, it comes with a lot of insecurities, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, so on and so forth. So I've been really struggling, or I've been really into trying to actually cope with whatever is happening. And that's why I came to learn one thing. Control is an illusion. And control is an illusion simply because, first, there is no other to control, because I and the external world, we are one and the same. And when you try to control, you're actually going against the flow of life. So what I've been learning to do is to trust in the flow of life. So let me share with you how you can also start trusting in the flow of life. Because once I've begun to trust in the flow of life, things always end up not as I thought they would, but they even end up even being better than I thought. Okay? So first, how do you now start listening or going with the flow of life? So let me give you this analogy of the flow of life. Now, life is a flow. It flows like a river. And if you are against that flow, you are actually resisting life. So when you are going against the flow of life, you are actually resisting life. And wherever there is resistance, there must be pain and suffering. So whenever things happen and you resist them, you are the one who suffers. So let me give an example. Let's say I've gone to work. I'm normally a photographer. I take people, I shoot pictures, photo shoot pictures for people, right? So when you go there, you are quite uncertain if you will get clients or not, okay? So the moment you go there and you fail to get clients, what happens is you start resisting the fact that you failed to get clients. And when you resist it, you experience some form of negativity within. And let me tell you, that feeling of negativity, that feeling of like life is hard, life is unfair, why doesn't God bring me clients? That negativity within brings a lot of suffering. And it brings a lot of resentment and a lot of negativity in life. Okay? And the more you continue to be negative on what is unfolding, this alters your state of consciousness, and then you begin vibrating at the states of fear, at the states of doubt, anger, so on and so forth. And once your internal state of consciousness is altered, then the external will also be altered, meaning that whatever you fear inside is more likely to happen without. That is Murphy's law. What you fear the most is likely to happen. So once the external world begins to create your state of consciousness, once you begin shaping your state of consciousness according to what is happening externally, meaning you react to what has happened, then the outside world creates the internal world. And if the outside creates the internal, then you have actually inverted the law of cause and effect. Remember, the law of cause and effect is simply a mirroring. It's simply derived from the mirror principle, whereby your internal state is actually creating the events in the external. So if internally you are experiencing fear, experiencing doubt, experiencing hopelessness, that is what gets carried out and becomes manifested in your external reality, because all of your attention and intention is centered around the low vibe emotions. And these low vibe emotions end up becoming physically manifested on the outside world. Remember that the universe is mental. Everything which you see out there is a mind creation. Even the circumstances, the experiences which you go through are a mind creation that have actually materialized. So what you have to do is you have to be in control of your internal state. And to do that, you have to be in the present moment. And to be in the present moment is to simply be in that state whereby you are the awareness behind your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your convictions. So what do I mean by this? So inside you, there's two of you. Many people don't know about this, but there are two of you within. There is the you, and then there is the self. That's why you talk to yourself. So if you talk to yourself, who is the you that talks, and who is the self that listens, or who is the self that is talked to? I hope you're getting that concept that there are two of you. There is the you, and then there is the self. So when you talk to yourself, you are now you, the I, that is talking to the self. So the you who is talking, and then the self that is listening. So you are the listener. The self is the talker. So that voice inside your head talks to the listener. So you've got to abide as the listening awareness, as the watcher, as the observer of your thoughts. Thoughts are simply the voice which you have in your head. That voice in your head is the one that creates the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions. Thoughts and emotions are just interrelated, because when you feel a certain way, it's because a certain thought has been triggered. A thought can lead into an emotion, and an emotion can also lead to a thought. So start being aware of the monologues inside your head, of the dialogues inside your head. Become aware of that voice that keeps on talking and talking and talking inside your head. By becoming aware of that voice, you become present. And when you become aware that the voice is talking, the voice will automatically shut. And once the voice is shut, you are in the present. So when you are in the present, that is the only point in which you can be able to now go with the flow of life. Because when you are present, you will now be able to see the signs before you. You will be able to see the synchronicities as they happen. You will be able to feel the energy of your being, of who you really are. You will be able to feel that life energy. Okay? So once you are present, then you can go with the flow of life. And then you will always know the right thing to do. You will always know the right place to go. You will always know what is required of you the moment you are present. And once you are present, you will experience one thing, which is called peace, which is called stillness, calmness, relaxation. And those are the feelings of creation. Think about the plants. Think about the river. Think about the sun. Just look at how things unfold naturally. You will realize that they do not struggle, they do not force, they do not fight. They simply just go with the flow. They simply go with stillness. So the plants do not resist to grow, provided that there is sun, provided that there is water and a fertile soil, they will always grow. So anytime you are feeling peaceful without any particular reason, anytime you are feeling calm without any particular reason, just know that you are shifting your internal state of consciousness. So the more you can hold on to that peace by being present, that is the more that now the world begins to reflect your internal peace. There can never be peace in the world when there is chaos, when there is madness within. So the more you hold on to that frequency with the time, because the physical reality is created with a delay. It's created with a delay because there are principles and rules and laws in the physical world. We have laws of creation. We have laws that apply in the physical world whereby you can't create instantly. There is that concept of time in the physical reality. So the more you are able to hold on to that feeling of peace, the more you are able to hold on to that feeling of certainty, of calmness, that means that you are living in faith. Faith is simply trusting in the unknown and in the unseen. And that is simply what you call alchemy. Because that feeling of peace acts as a transmutation of pain and suffering. Then by that, you will stop suffering twice. So people suffer twice. They suffer one in reality, and then they suffer in their heads. But the suffering in their heads is more severe than the suffering in reality. Because in your head, you are walking with this maniac. You are walking with this version of yourself that is always against anything which is good. It will always criticize, it will always condemn, it will always see the negative side of things. So the more you practice all the things which I've talked to you in this session, the more you now start to attain a level of mastery of your own life, whereby you'll come to realize that you may not be the richest person, you may not be the most successful person, but the amount of peace which you experience is unmeasured. Yeah? So, go on and practice these principles from me to you. This is just you communicating to yourself. So guys, if you've enjoyed this session and you'd love more of this kind of content, or you'd love to work one-on-one with me, I have a self-mastery coaching sessions which you can join and we can work together. And also, if you'd love to support me in this journey of trying to make good and quality relatable content, on the description for this video we have ways in which you can submit your support, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay awakened.